Hey, what is up YouTube? Ginno is here today with another first listen album reaction. Very, very excited for this. This is, Jonghyun of SHINee, one of my personal favourite singers in the industry. This is sort of like his second album release, solo album release. He did one last year that was really, really interesting. That was She Is. I think She Is was the title track. I really enjoyed that album. It didn't make my top 10 list, unfortunately, but I did think it was really good. Anyway, just yesterday the album came out as well as a music video for the title track Lonely, which was really good. It was featuring Taeyoon. It was gorgeous. I suggest you go check out my original reaction to that, as I won't be doing it in this video. Now, there was 10 songs that were created for the album. However, only 9 songs appear on the digital version. If you want all 10 songs, then you have to buy the CD. So I've bought the digital version, and at some point I will try and find the 10th song, but I don't have it for the minute. So the final song on the album currently is Our Season, but I know there is another song out there. Anyway, this is going to be a first listen reaction. I'm going to be hanging out around in my room on my bed listening to the music, and it's going to be loads of fun. So yeah, just to warn you, sometimes this camera cuts out, so I also got boom. I'm on a webcam. This is still my shit one. I bought a really, really nice, expensive one so that when I do my live streams and stuff, I look all HD and cool and normal. Anyway, let's get into this. I hope you guys enjoy. The first song is 1000. Might just move the microphone. Sorry if this sounds bad. It's better. Jonghyun has one of those voices that I just adore. Works with some different genres as well. It's a nice guitar instrumental. Very clear and enunciated. Okay, I like this song. The guitar instrumental is gorgeous actually. It's very plucky, super crisp. And I like this sort of instrumental, it's very real. It's a little bit slow though. I hope the whole album isn't like this. So it's a little bit too acoustic for me. Looking for some nice choruses as well, like there was in the IU album. He's a great songwriter actually. He always has a hand in his, whether it's the lyrics or it's the instrumental. He always works on the songs, which is cool. Really appreciate that. I like that in a musician. It sounds slightly sympathetic in the background. I feel like I can hear. I'm not quite sure what it is. It almost sounds like there's a little bit of strings. Can't quite tell. I assume it's Jonghyun playing the guitar. Yeah, definitely some strings. Nailed it, yeah. I like that a lot. really appreciate that. I can really appreciate this song. God damn, the guitar on that was awesome. It's so sonically pleasing to hear it so acoustically, but it was a little bit. It was a long song, but it was a little bit dull at some points. Snaps there. Some light keyboard. Ooh. This reminds me of the instrumental for Sober by Childish Gambino. That light, echoey keyboard. Like that. There. Some really soft rattle drums. Okay. This is more up my street. Something sort of R&B-y. I like the tune. Oh yeah. Can appreciate this a lot. Jonghyun has a very, I'm not sure whether I'd call it soulful, but there's always a really nice tone to his voice. It's very wholesome, very full. I'm just going to turn it down a little bit. I feel like it's a bit louder than me. You know, I'm not an expert on voices. It's never really been my area. I've never been a singer, and I never really learnt about that in any music lessons that I did whilst at school. I understand the complexities of production and those sort of things, but not singing. But Jonghyun just has one of those voices I just adore. I can't really explain why. Super neat percussion in the background. There's also a mixture of strings that's come in. I didn't notice that. Some really hollow kicking drums. Just Chill. It's a good title for the song. Just Chill. That's cool. And it's very it works a lot. It's got a great tune. Really, not necessarily the most catchy song. It wasn't too poppy. It actually had a sort of R&B style mixed with some pop influences, but just a great song. This is Love Is So Nice. Which is great title. If you have love. Okay, that switched it up. Brought in some sort of retro jazzy elements. Really nice piano of energy. I like how unreliant this whole album is on synths. I really appreciate that. So many albums just rely on synths. And loops and things like that, whereas it's just so realistic and gorgeous and acoustic. It's cool. That note, that was brilliant. Oh, I like this a lot. Ooh, yeah. The whole album so far has had strings in. I appreciate that so much. Such an underutilized, it's in like, they're instruments. To have an instrumental, they're so underutilized and they sound so good. Same with like brass instruments. I love an instrumental brass instruments. People are so reliant on sort of loops and synths these days, and it's really frustrating. Jonghyun's got a very soulful voice in this song, actually, which isn't something I tend to associate with him. Oh, see? Bam! Camera ran out. Happens way too much, if I'm honest, this camera running out. So frustrating. Planning on buying a new camera actually at some point, but they're so expensive. I mean, it looks good, it's just old and a little bit broken in some ways. That was a really nice song. I didn't expect to like it as much given the title. This is Blinking Game. The intro makes it sound like it's probably going to be ballady, but you can never tell with Jonghyun. Ooh, that's wholesome. Very crisp piano there. Oh yeah, very subtle drums. How many instruments does Jonghyun play? I feel like he's the type of guy that would play quite a few. This seems to be like a bass guitar. Okay. This is a little bit like slow jazz. Is there strings in here as well? Oh, Jonghyun, what have you done to me? Oh man, I'm appreciating this a lot. That's so smooth. That is so smooth. This is a great slow dancing song. Listen to that gorgeous piano, the speed at which it's being played. I love that. What am I doing with my fingers? I don't know. Pretend to play the piano. It's so smooth. Jonghyun's vocals, he's gone for a sort of lower, deeper, more tenory, I guess. I'm really not good with voices and describing them. It's my weakest part of music knowledge. It's where I'm left very open. I love the drums. You can hear those really subtle hi-hats as well. That's very nice. This is probably one of my favourite songs. I didn't expect to like this. It's not very ballady actually, because I thought it would be ballady. The whole album I thought would be more ballady, but other than really the first song and maybe the second song, it's not been ballady at all. And when I talk about the first song, I mean Lonely. That was quite ballady. But overall, this has not been a ballad album. This has been very a mix of genres, which suits Jonghyun because he himself has a lot of variety and he likes a lot of different types of music. Anyway, that was gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. We're now into the last 4 songs on the album, or we're, well, just over halfway, and this is Elevator. Okay. How has he changed his voice so much? Blinking Game. That's changed so much. I like this. Some gorgeous piano. Oh my lord. That's almost Coldplay-esque. It sort of sounds a bit like Chris Martin. I love that slight echo. Those strings! Oh, it's mad. I love this. Isn't it? It almost sounds like a James Bond song, if you know what I mean. I just twist this a little bit. I mean, that's gorgeous, gorgeous. The vocal's so smooth, the instrumental is so interwoven, and it's so neat. I think the song composition is brilliant. Over the whole album so far, it has been. I am so thoroughly impressed with this. The mix of genres as well. God damn, Jonghyun, what are you doing to me? Ooh. I personally, so far, this album's been better than his last album, and that's really saying something because I loved his last album. Really. His voice just complements every single instrumental. And whilst this is ballad-esque, I can't describe it as a ballad because it's so fast-paced and heavy and emphatic. I don't even know how to describe this. It's almost orchestral, like, oh, mad, absolutely mad. This was bloody gorgeous. That was brilliant. There genuinely so far hasn't been a bad song or a song I haven't really enjoyed. So far they have all been brilliant. I am so thoroughly impressed so far. I did not expect this. Next up is Let Me Out. Oh my lord, this... I didn't expect to like this as much as I am right now. It's so incredibly surprising to me that I'm enjoying this so much. I truly did expect this to be a pure ballad, pop song, love song album. God, was I wrong. And I'm so pleased. Oh, what's wrong? Slightly heavier. Very flat drums. Almost not really drums, they're more like a box. Oh my lord. Yes. That. I love the voice alteration he's done. Because it's not improving his voice. It's giving the song a particular sound, a particular vibe. It frustrates me when people try to improve their voices by doing voice alters. But this is the way you need to do it. It affects the song. It gives it a tone. It's really deep as well. God damn the chorus. Those drums are brilliant. There's almost these sort of spaceship effects layered over. Gives it a slightly sort of atmospheric and deeper vibe. That piano. The piano layered with the drums over this sort of affected instrumental. I'm not sure how to describe it. There's a lot going on, but I love it. Oh. And the song is called Let Me Out. So it's almost sort of desperate. Absolutely mad. What? Yes. God damn. Really heavy, loud drums. They're so spacious and ooh, in your face. It's very light. So smooth, god damn. This is a great outro. It just mellows down and smooths out. God damn, that was, oof. That is going to contend for my favourite song on the album. He's doing so many different genres. My lord. This is Fireplace. Light keyboard. A shaker. What is that? Box almost. Like a hollow box. There's echoes as well. It's very bare instrumental. Very empty, especially in comparison to the last song. some really nice layering. See here, this is really in the front. That voice there in the background. I love layers. I love seeing songs as sort of almost 3D objects. You can hear. So his voice has now gone to the back and suddenly you get the drums at the front. You hear all the interwoven, you hear the background vocals to his own vocals, but forefront it's the drums. And you just see it as this incredible 3D object with everything flowing and constantly moving back and forth. Some really nice little bits of percussion that I feel like I normally wouldn't notice. These sort of affected strings in the background, all sort of not distorted but like echoed out and swallowed, sound like the strings have been played in someone's stomach and are coming up through their throat. Or their esophagus, really. It's very smooth, it's almost got a sort of... There's certain dance pop vibes, but it's not a dance pop song. It's, in fact, there's even a sort of house R&B element to it. But I can't even pin down the genre of this song. Maybe it is simply just a pop song, but the style is bizarre. Really compliments Jonghyun's voice as well. Those whispery vocals. That's brilliant. So creative with the layering. The song composition on this album has been phenomenal. So thoroughly impressed. Oh yeah. His vocals are so soft and whispery towards the end of this song. It gives such an atmosphere and gives the song this beautiful tone. Another fantastic song. Not a single song that I haven't enjoyed. This is so incredible. This never happens on an album. There's always songs I don't like or I don't enjoy. God damn. I can't wait to review this. If you guys want to review, then let me know in the comments and I will try to do it as soon as possible. Usually it takes another 2 days for me to really get into the album or listen to it. Generally about 7 times, if I'm honest, before I can review it. But it depends on the album, how I feel. This one I'm loving so much, I may be able to do it sooner. I like that keyboard. This instrumental is a little bit more calm. What is that? Really, it just disappeared, but this is really light, sort of almost like horn squeak. You hear that? It's almost sort of like an organ. So subtle, but it's so important. I like that. The keyboard in the forefront, that's cool. This, I don't know what mode it's on, but it sounds gorgeous. He's using a lot of like click snaps in this album, which I can appreciate. It gives a nice structure to his song. Is that almost sort of metronome thud there? And Jonghyun's vocals throughout this whole album have been switching and changing and moving. You know, like I said earlier, when I try to picture songs, I know it sounds weird, and you see them as sort of these 3D objects. Just try and do it with some of the songs in this album. God, it's brilliant. There's so much to it. The layering is gorgeous and it's perfect. So for most of this song, Jonghyun's voice has been at the forefront, but there's also this really thuddy, not really bassy, but just a drum, just like a really bam drum. It's just in front of his voice. It's so gorgeous. I don't know, maybe I'm weird like that. Like, I don't know, I've never heard of anyone else doing it. I assume there's people who do it. I must have learned it at some point. I love his voice. SHINee has so many talented members. All of them are incredibly talented. But I have a real soft spot for Jonghyun's voice. So much range! I don't want this to end. I don't want to go. Those strings. God damn it, those strings, man. I need that 10th song. Our season, the final song. This was it. God damn. Excuse the French, but what a fucking amazing album. God damn, that almost brought me to tears at the end there. So bloody gorgeous. The way all the songs were interwoven and they linked so well, but the genres were so different. There was so much variety, you know. Some songs R&B, some songs almost ballady, then you get the mixture, some more sort of poppy. There's even some housey vibes, and oh god, it was so good. I love the use of strings. The drums were always so crisp, and oh god, I loved it. The production in general, it was acoustic, but it was gorgeous. And I love the subtle uses of his voice sometimes. Every now and again, he'd just switch up his style to a more sort of R&B, or they'd affect it a little bit with some echo, or they'd make it a little bit more gritty, or like in Let Me Out, it was all sort of all over the place, and it was oh god, it was brilliant. Jonghyun is a fantastic music composer, and what I mean by that is the way he writes and constructs and composes his songs is fantastic. You know, there's not many people who can put together a song like Let Me Out, which is so complicated and overtly in your face, and yet it sounds so brilliant. That was amazing. One of the best albums I've listened to, hands down, this year. Probably one of the best Korean albums I've listened to in my entire time within this industry. That was incredible. And I'm not just saying that because I love Jonghyun and I think he's a fantastic musician. I have a real soft spot for his voice, I will admit that. But like I said with his last album, it didn't make it into my top 10 of the year because some of the songs I found a little bit dull and a little bit boring. But this album was so different. It had so much variation. There was so much passion and interest in it. I can't even really put it into words how much I love that album, and it rarely do I find an album where I like every single song on it. I'm looking forward to finding the 10th song. Let me know if you know if I can get it online anywhere, but at the moment it seems to only be on physical copies of the CD, which is a shame, but at the same time it encourages people to buy the album. So like, even if it's just on iTunes or whatever, I don't even know if it's available on iTunes. I bought it from one of the Korean websites. Please buy this album because you will be so impressed with it. Honestly, that was some of the best
That's one of the best times I've ever had listening to an album just outright, completely. Wow. I feel like I've been talking for way too long. Please check this out. This is honestly probably going to be one of the best albums of the year. You know, so far we've already had so many good albums. We've had the IU album, which I loved. We've had the Minzy album, which I loved. But this is going at the top of the pile, and I can't wait to review this. If you guys want that, leave that in the comments down below, and I will get to that as soon as I possibly can. More SHINee videos to come, including One Fine Day, episode 8. So stick around. This is going to be Ginno, signing out. See you guys soon. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, you might want to follow me on my social medias. Got my Twitter, my 2 Instagrams because I'm a narcissist, and yeah, you can also support me on Patreon. Great way of making sure this channel stays up and running. Or you can watch my video that's there and subscribe to my other channel. Cool.